It's so uncanny how it works. You trust in love and fate, and bucking all the odds. Sometimes you find the perfect mate.
The Northwest is a hotbed of performance poetry.
The local poetry scene is really multifaceted, and there's a lot of different things going on throughout the year. It's a great time to be here. Like 5 years ago, this wasn't the case. Like, you would get a poetry event popping up maybe every 6 months, and 5 people would show up. And that's when I started doing things. I started putting together poetry events when no one was showing up, and when you couldn't get people to come out to poetry. And now you put together something and people will show up in crowds.
Oh yeah! Raphael actually married April, but he gave her a fatal case of salmonella, as reptiles are wont to do.
One of the main facets of the local scene is Poetry Slam. But what is Poetry Slam?
I can give you the official MC spiel almost from memory. The Poetry Slam is a competition invented in the 1980s by a Chicago construction worker named Mark Smith. And everyone says, so what? In which performed poetry is judged by 5 members of the audience. Poets can't have costumes, props, or musical accompaniment. They have 3-minute time limit per round. So they perform their poem. The judges score the poem, evaluating things like performance, content, and originality.
Oh Mario, my castle is flooding with a lava bliss. Come and fix these pipes for me. Love Bowser. Okay, that was a good one.
Slams are popular events in Canada, the U.S., and other countries, with local, national, and world competitions. In the fall of 2013, the individual World Poetry Slam came to Spokane.
It's called the World Poetry Slam in an effort to be a global thing. However, while many global poets are of course invited to participate, restrictions due to income and travel time sort of limit that. But it is aimed to be a global and international event.
Next up, give it up for Alex White.
Air goes in and out comes the passion. There goes him, he's about the last one.
Just say the first line. Just talk to me. Say the first line again.
Air goes in and out comes the passion.
What do you want to get from that? What do you want us to get from that? That's the only person.
72 poets compete in the World Slam, and only one is named the winner. But win or lose, the World Slam is a popular event.
Along with those competing poets, we expect to have probably 200 poets from across the United States and Canada, whether they are here as volunteers or here to participate in the workshops and showcases and open mics and things, or they might just be here just to watch. And we have a lot of people like that too.
Earlier in 2013, Spokane poets traveled to Boston for the National Poetry Slam.
The best thing about that from a Spokane standpoint is that you bring in 5 poets who are involved in this team, and they get to see what other poets do from other parts of the country, and those poets from other parts of the country who hadn't seen Spokane, who hadn't been here, didn't know what we did, said, those guys are doing something kind of different. And people said, hey, I like that thing that you did up there, that poem that you did about bleach, or that thing you did about hippopotamus love, or whatever it is that Spokane has that is different from other cities.
Please welcome to the stage, Mark Anderson!
I've actually performed on the national and world stage a few times before. This is actually my 3rd time being back to this competition. And now I've helped to bring it to Spokane, and that's such an amazing thing to be able to compete at this event in Spokane.
We spend a lot of late nights praying, even if we don't believe in God. We spend a lot of late nights praying, even when we don't know what we want.
Individual World Poetry Slam partnered with another Spokane arts group called Terrain, which has their own annual event featuring various types of art.
There's an attitude about art that it is separate, and that Spokane doesn't have any. But of course that's not true. And the enthusiasm around Terrain, I went last year, it was the first time I'd been, they said, oh, it's a big party. I'm like, I've been to big parties before, and my jaw would just drop. Look at all these people here. And they're here for art, but it's in a way that it seems, again, accessible, and it seems important. And so Terrain has that kind of angle for the visual arts, and also being inclusive of things like music and film and performance poetry. And so I think that we're both doing a very similar thing here. We're making it obvious that Spokane is not just this place that doesn't have art, that where art is not important, that art is important, and that we make good stuff here.
We spend a lot of late nights trying to find meaning, trying to fill that hole cut out of our chest because we won't be able to sleep soundly until it is full.
I love performing. Learning how to perform and getting comfortable at it is what really drew me to become a better writer, and also it made me want to create spaces like that for other people.
Spell out salvation in doubt for me, because my God would understand that.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.